us. With us now, Ohio Republican governor and the former House budget chief, knows where all those budgetary bodies are buried, John Kasich. Governor, you've seen this kind of theater play out before. What do you think happens now?
Well, they'll have to figure it out, Neil, just like they did with the debt limit. But look, you know, what's happening across this country is the fact that people, you know, businesses, I've talked to both large and small just yesterday, there's such incredible uncertainty about what's going to happen. You know, a whole blizzard of regulations potentially heading our way. The fact that we have now a debate about tax policy, taxes potentially going up as a claim on future income. People, you know, not sure whether they should re-enter the workforce because are they going to be able to get a job that's going to be somewhat equal to the job they used to have before they got laid off. And so you have all this uncertainty, and uncertainty contributes to an inability to do anything. And when we take a look at what's happened in this market in the last 2 days, you know, Neil, it's like breathtaking. I mean, we're all getting used to wild swings, but this is just unbelievable. And Congress, in their inability to resolve things, is also a contributor. And I just heard it the other day. I heard it from a lady yesterday who said on the phone to me, she said, you know, I was okay until the debt limit fight came, and there was so much uncertainty. It just scares me, and I'm not hiring anybody. And we've got to get out of this ditch. We have to do it. And out here, I have to tell you, Neil, we did an energy summit with 1,100 people, experts from all over the world, and we're setting our own course because what we have to do in Ohio is take care of our business.
Well,
and because we took care of our budget deficit,
as you astutely point out, is not. Right? Washington's not. So I guess what each side tries to blame.
They're not taking care of business.
Right, but each side blames the other. This is what the president had to say about this mess and where he stands in this.
If asking a billionaire to pay their fair share of taxes, to pay the same tax rate as a plumber or a teacher, is class warfare, then you know what? I'm a warrior for the middle class.
Is that resonating, Governor?
No, it's the middle class that's getting pounded now. We're not going to get out of this mess by raising taxes. Look at Europe. The problem in Europe right now is people are not convinced that they can manage their income and their spending. I mean, the problem there is anytime they try to get into some form of responsible budgeting, you know, they got riots, and it's creating a crisis globally. I mean, we are all connected around the world. The European crisis, their inability to manage their budgets, to be able to preserve some strength in their currencies, comes to the United States. It crushes our stock market. The middle class, who's got these 401ks, get hurt. And the idea that we need to raise taxes or get into this kind of a war of words is not going to be helpful to us. Look, the Republicans control the House, the Democrats control the Senate, and they control the White House. There's going to have to be a reasonable compromise, but everyone knows taxes are not the answer. I don't know who the heck thinks we ought to be raising taxes in this kind of a situation. We didn't do it in Ohio, Neil, and we got an S&P improvement. Well, I mean, look, I mean, I understand he says that they should pay more, but when you do an analysis of the kind of taxes that corporations pay before they even return any money to folks, you know, you have to examine that. But the fact is, look, in '97, we got the budget balance. We did not raise taxes. In fact, we lowered the taxes on risk-taking. This is not ideological for me, Neil. This is about common sense. If they keep arguing there's going to be more regulation and more taxes, businesses are going to sit on the sidelines, and when they do, the markets get crushed and the middle class gets crushed. It's just plain and simple.
Now, if we do have a government shutdown, there's talk here that a lot of Democrats are
We're not going to have a shutdown. It's not going to happen.
Well, I hope you're right. But
But
the fear is that Democrats will try to push Republicans into that on what they call their intransigence on some of these issues. You could just as easily argue it's the other side's intransigence on spending. Be that as it may, that because Democrats see the president's poll numbers slipping, their own numbers slipping, that they have nothing to lose with a government shutdown and pinning it on Republicans. What do you think of that?
Well, you know, they might have one thing to lose, Neil, and that is the fact that you're not in Washington to play political games on either side of the aisle. You're in that place to be a public servant. And let me tell you, the people that are really getting put up against the wall are our children. I mean, this kind of debt is a claim on future income. If we continue in this slow growth economy, it is devastating to our families in this country. Poverty's on the rise. We're not down there to play political games. You've got to make choices that you believe is going to move the country forward. If you're not willing to do it, then you're committing political malpractice, in my opinion, Neil.
All right, Governor. Well put. Thank you. Good seeing you again.
Both sides have to give a little bit, Neil. Both sides.
I hear you. I hear you. Thank you, Governor. Meanwhile, a half day